thing and then you will
Alrighty, guys.
Can I finish talking?
I already know.
Okay.
Look at that worm.
Okay, get it together. Hey
Guys,
Welcome
back
to
375.
Dance.
studio
My
Name
is
Andre.
Sergey.
Amanda, and we are going to be filming a video. We are going to watch the any Dancing with the Stars dances, and we are going to judge it on 3 criteria. It's going to be performance, technique, and what was the last one again?
Choreography.
Choreography. Yes, I see the big C on my page, and I'm like, what? What is that again?
What does that mean? What is that?
So yes, performance, technique, and choreography. And we're just gonna be kind of reacting to the video and seeing where it goes. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Okay guys, we are gonna be taking a look at our first video. It is Joe and Jenna, and I'm pretty sure they're dancing a salsa, right? This is the
That's
one.
what it says, yes.
I can't see. I mean, that's far.
Yes, it says
I need glasses, man. So yes, Joe and Jenna dancing a salsa. So we are going to be watching that now.
Why there's 2 guys?
Exactly.
It's a trio.
Ah, it's a trio.
Yeah.
That like,
Then I was only 1 guy, no?
looks very scandalous.
Yeah.
What is it? This song is just.
Yeah, no.
Oh. Good.
There's a
Gleb.
third person.
No, it's Gleb.
There are 4 people now.
Yeah.
We have
Oh,
4.
they were
Val
fine.
and Gleb came to just tear off their shirts.
No, they're making out in the corner there. No, there's anything.
There's
wrong.
another person. Look, look. Oh no. I thought there was another person.
Okay.
Is it last season? First, what season is that?
This is like, I think, a pretty recent one, no?
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure.
Jenna was only a pro on the recent ones, I think.
Shower. Look at that.
Ooh.
All right, let's do our little, I think it's out of 10. Okay,
Yes,
so out of
so-
10.
Are we being honest?
Honest, yes,
Yeah.
we're being honest. Of course we're being honest.
Okay.
Okay.
2 hours later.
1 is the worst or 0?
Huh?
1 is the worst or 0?
Ooh, you.
If you want to give a 0, I mean, that's gotta be really bad.
He's gonna be a Len Goodman.
Okay, so I don't remember. I have to look at the
You gotta, yeah, okay.
So I gave 10,
Oh, show
10,
us.
10 for the performance.
Show us too.
The camera's there. You said.
Yeah, but
show
just
the
show it.
camera.
Oh my god, okay.
Then technique. I can't decide between 1 and 10, but I'll explain later. And choreography for me is 1.
Okay.
I thought the performance was great, given the choreography. That I don't think it was that great
Okay.
by itself. Like it wasn't really salsa, so I don't
Okay.
really have anything against it.
Okay.
But when they're saying it's salsa and they're not really doing salsa, like I saw one salsa basic,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't really done that well. Like it's kind of hard to recognize. I feel like having 2 male partners, you know, like especially knowing how well Jenna can dance,
Yeah.
she could have pretty much danced around them, making them look good, and like they actually do salsa. So I didn't really see that. And then because of that, I can't really judge based on technique because there wasn't any salsa
Yeah,
technique. So if
yeah.
I judge on salsa technique, I would give them 1 because there wasn't any. And then if I judge them based on, you know, like they were doing a little bit of theater arts and lifting her up, like that was great. So
No, yeah,
went
that was
smoothly.
good. Yeah.
And they knew their spots and their positions, so no problems there. So you know, they stuck to whatever choreography they were given. So I think based on that, the technique was great, but salsa technique for me was 1. And again, the choreography, the only reason I gave 1 is because it's not really salsa. So I thought the choreography itself was great. I don't like the music going again with salsa.
Yeah.
It seemed to me more like I was kind of waiting for them to like take their pants off and like start grinding the floor. So, but that's not what
That's a different kind of.
salsa.
That's a different kind
Like
of show.
salsa can get pretty dirty, but not
Not
to
that dirty.
extent, yeah. So that's just my opinion.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, I'm next. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, you were like nice about it.
Well,
Well, here I am.
that's only the first one.
Here's my scores. I gave performance a 4 out of 10, technique 4 out of 10, and that's choreography, right?
Yes.
Yes, I keep forgetting. 3 out of 10. So I gave performance 4 out of 10. Well, let's start with the choreography because I think I have more to say about that. Kind of same thing as what you said. I feel like it was not, there was like you said, basic step in there, and that was pretty much all I really saw that was a real salsa steps, right? So I feel like also the song didn't relate to salsa, so that's why I think that, who knows, maybe that's why it's difficult to make salsa with that song, of
Right.
course.
Yeah, it's possible.
That could be possible. It's difficult because that song was difficult to even choreograph to. Okay, yeah, that's my chore.
I mean, it could be possible that they can't really dance. So, you know,
Yeah.
she just kind of like
Wait for my time.
tried making the best out of it.
Well, of
but-
course, she tried to make. Of course, like I think all the pros are gonna try to make
Yeah,
the
she probably
best out of
she
it.
had this whole choreography prepared, and then the last time they rehearsed, she
And
was
then-
like, nope,
Nope.
that's not
Nope.
happening. So
You know how many
yeah,
times I've
so-
done that?
Yeah, it was all reversed
It
back
was-
to like,
Back to
you guys do
just
one basic step.
one basic
and
step,
we'll
and then we
practice
just do
Right.
some.
So it's
but
possible.
I definitely didn't. I was kind of judging it just solely on salsa. So, like you said, I didn't really look at it in that way. That those lifts and those tricks were pretty. They were good. No, they were really good. Like
Yeah.
they were on their mark.
Mm-hmm.
They were. So that's why I gave performance a little bit higher.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Because they knew what they were doing, and he was like fully into it. Like it didn't look like he was shy about
No, yeah.
anything or didn't want to do something. He fully did it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I gave performance a bit higher than that. But of course, the performance is going to go down if there's not a lot of substance to the
Right.
dancing, because what much performance can you have with just, pulling the water falling on you? I mean, it's a dance show.
Exactly, yeah.
So, okay. Technique, I gave a 4 because out of the one salsa step that they did, the basic step, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't anything like, it was, I mean,
It was
yeah.
kind of flat though.
It was flat, definitely. That's
No
why I
hip
didn't give it
action.
a 5.
No, well,
5 would have been like halfway there, but
a little
like
hip action.
a little
One way.
One way.
One side.
At least if we could have, had a little bit of more hip action, maybe some better footwork. Yeah, maybe I would have gave it a bit more for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, so those
Good.
are my scores.
very good.
All right, Andre,
My turn.
your turn.
Nailed it.
5, 6, 7. That's
Nailed it.
very close.
That's really nice,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I expected worse.
Yeah.
So
Andrew's
I
like,
put
I'm
for
not so nice.
performance 5 because I think it was actually not bad.
Yeah, no,
I think it was
performance
not
was
bad.
great.
Performance, yeah. that was
So
really good.
to me, it was a little bit. I think it's contradiction marks because
Contradicting. Mark?
contradicting
Yeah, there you go.
mark. Yeah, because I think the performance was not bad because it was based on choreography that they had.
Right.
So that's why I gave technique 2 because I feel like the salsa steps,
There's just no
which was
salsa,
only
yeah.
probably 2 or 3 steps in the
Right.
routine, it was a little, maybe a little off time, a little flat. No hip action. I would like a little bit more salsa in it, but I think it was built on top of their ability. So I think she saw that maybe they're not very,
Who was that other guy?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Flexible?
Do we know who that other guy
I
was?
don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's just.
Because was he
Volunteered.
supposed to be
I
like
think he
a?
volunteered.
Was
Just
he
kinda like
another
a help?
celebrity, Or was he?
No, isn't
No, he would have been, if he was a pro, he would have danced better.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if he's a pro,
No,
then
no. Wasn't it one time when someone got sick and she had to cover for someone? No, maybe they just couldn't.
no, I don't think so. I think that was she had him. She was a pro, Jenna. But there was a trio. Then I don't know. We gotta look that
Yeah.
up
What's
to
the
see who
reason
that
why
guy
they're
is.
trio?
Yeah, what's the reason why there was a trio? Who is that
Maybe it was the
guy?
whole week.
Maybe it was
Yeah.
But who's that guy? 'Cause
I mean, let's not get too invested in this, but.
I want to know who this guy is.
Okay, you can do it on your free time.
All right, I'll do it on my free time. I'll be searching him on the web.
Yeah.
Some detective skills. All right,
But now you
continue.
know. Now you know what she's doing on
I
her
pretty
free
much.
time.
Yeah, my free time looking up guys.
I said everything. I mean, the technique was for me it was a little too flat, so I would like a little bit more of salsa in the routine. And if you dance salsa, a little bit more, hip action, clear timing, and everything. But for choreography, I gave 6 because I feel like because of their abilities, she had to create the routine based not on actual salsa steps, based on like tricks and everything. So to me, choreography is 6 because I think it was not bad.
Yeah. I feel like the song itself also like
The
that's a
song
big
just
factor.
like
Yeah, I don't
Like I
think it's
can't
salsa
even imagine
song.
choreographing salsa to
to that song. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I could see cha-cha maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Like-
there's nothing Latin about it.
No, there's nothing Latin about
Yeah.
that song
Yeah,
at all.
cha-cha. Maybe cha-cha.
Cha-cha for sure.
Yeah, that actually would have been better. Much
Yeah,
better.
if
And
they
then
would
like
have done
based on them
cha-cha.
being kind of flat and like knowing that cha-cha has to be more staccato, like you don't have to have that
But
much hip action.
I wonder who picks the music.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I would like to know
who,
that.
like, I would really like to know, like, who decides.
Len Goodman.
I mean,
No,
it's
he would
possible.
go with authentic beats.
No,
that's
if it was Len
Yeah.
Goodman, he would definitely be putting on, like, authentic
Yeah, he's
music,
good.
for sure.
Will
But
be Len.
I just think that I want to know who picks the music. I want to know who picks the dances for that music.
Yeah.
Because that didn't match at all.
So,
All right.
Good.
I
Next
think we're
video?
good. Next video.
Yeah. Like,
Just placed it nice. The next video is Karina dancing with Steve a samba. Karina definitely had a dress like that when she competed. No? Maybe.
Possible. Look at that bachata, man.
He's got that corsado walks. Look at that. Ooh, volta.
Ooh,
Through the legs.
nice. Look at that.
I believe you.
Botafogo.
Yeah.
Cortejaca.
Wow,
Look at this.
Karina did a great job.
Yes.
That's good though. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's doing bachata. That's actually difficult.
Yeah.
That's very difficult to do.
Look at that.
Look at that worm.
Wait, she
Sure.
fell.
Okay, get it together. Hold on, I missed the ending because I need to go back. Ready?
Stop.
I can't, I'm crying.
Don't cry. Be happy for Steve.
I don't make me watch this again.
Wait, Steve. Steve lost it a little. It's alright, I think it was a great performance.
That worm, it was a hard recovery from that worm. Alrighty, so
You okay?
I'll start. Yeah. Just I'm crying still. So here are my
Okay.
numbers.
10, 3, 10, 10.
I gave the performance an 8 out of 10, the technique a 3 out of 10, and the choreography a 10 out of 10. First of all, there were so many recognizable samba steps. We were saying cortegiaca, Botafogo, Volta, Cruzado walks, Batucadas. Like we had almost everything in there. So to put all of those steps in a routine with somebody who is never ever danced in their life before, very good. And the music worked with it.
Yeah, I think
Music was great.
Music was good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then why I'm giving a 3 out of 10 for the technique is because
Because of the worm.
I think the worm just killed me at the end.
No, warm goes
Everything
as a
goes-
part of the choreography. It's 10.
Yeah. Well, you'll see my answer to that.
You'll see your answer to that? Okay. So 3 out of 10 just because, you know, the footwork wasn't there at all. It was just a lot of stepping around. I mean, you could see that he's trying to do the steps, of course, and it is difficult, but it just wasn't.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, the
I
technique
agree.
wasn't so good. Yeah. But that being said, the performance was an 8 out of 10. I think that it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, I just love watching Karina in general. And I think no matter who she dances with, a pro or even somebody who's a
Or Slavic.
celebrity, huh?
Or Slavic.
Slavic dancing with Slavic or dancing with Steve,
Yeah.
she can make anybody, I mean, herself and anybody look amazing.
Yeah.
So, the performance was great. I think there was a lot of high energy. Steve was really going for it. It wasn't like he was being shy, right? I don't
Yeah.
think he didn't look like he was
He
shy
was
at all.
good. He was good.
He
He
looked
took
like
it
he
well,
was,
yeah.
Very
yeah, he
open.
took it well.
Yeah.
Like he was really going for it.
Yeah,
You were shaking, senora.
Yeah.
Shake, 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 senora.
Yeah,
And
that was good.
but there was one moment he was going like this, and he reminded me of like at the car.
The car dealership.
The car dealership,
The blow up thing.
the
yeah.
blow up thing, and he was going. So
Maybe that's what he was going for.
Maybe
so
that-
in that case, he nailed it.
that's
so.
true. Nailed it. All right.
Good.
Yes.
Andre.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. My marks are 10, 2, 10.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think performance was the best. I think Steve killed it.
Yeah.
Steve killed it. Yeah.
He has charisma, he has energy, he has everything, he has warm. I mean, what can you?
Warm. Yeah.
What can you say?
warm
Yeah.
part.
Choreography also 10 because all the recognizable samba figures were there. I think the timing was also not that bad.
Yeah.
I think
Timing was good.
Karina did a great job building the routine. Music is good. I like the music. I think
Yeah.
that's it. I like the music. And then technique is 2. Unfortunately, it was a little challenging. but
It was challenging. Yes. It was
Yeah.
a challenging dance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little challenging for him, but otherwise, you see, 10 and 10. So
Mhm.
it's all good.
Yeah. Me.
You.
Okay. That's my score. So I couldn't decide on the choreography, so I made a little chart. I'll explain. So I thought the performance was great because I mean he really did it.
Yeah.
Like,
He went
you know,
full out.
full out, smiling, making difficult steps, trying to do his technique, but at the same time still like making sure that he's smiling, paying attention to her, kind of leading. Like no, I thought that was great. So there's no questions about it. Technique, I gave 5. You know because in samba is a difficult dance.
Yeah.
He's generous.
Generous, yes, but then it's a difficult dance. And then
No, I agree.
like a lot of his steps, I feel like the problem was with the timing. Like, he was going down kind of at the wrong time on the wrong step. Like if
Yeah.
he was rising on the second step, then at least it wouldn't have looked that flat.
You're talking about more of like a bouncy.
Yeah, so then
yeah.
like forget about the hip action and everything else, but I feel like the second step kind of went nowhere. There was no connection to the floor, so it wasn't like he's pushing off of the first step and then landing on the second, pushing himself back to the third step. It was more like the energy was kind of going down
Flat.
on the second step, so that's
Yeah.
why it ended up looking flat. But I think it was an issue with the timing, not necessarily like he kind of mistimed the steps, but it's not that his technique necessarily was wrong. So I think his technique was better than it showed.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But
Yeah, that's true. If he had more bouncy.
yeah, I just feel like it didn't show because it was mistimed.
Sorry, gotta pick up my phone.
Okay, so what that chart represents is that, so it started out as samba, like, again, music is great, routine is great, all recognizable steps. So if you look over here, that's when the worm happened. So when the worm happened, like we kind of discussed that off stage, off camera, that it looked like one of his body parts.
I don't see the problem with worm. I don't see why you're hating on the worm.
The problem with worm is that one body part couldn't figure out which way the other one is going. So it's kind of like colliding against each other, but then the energy couldn't go anywhere. It's kind of like stuck in the middle.
Real worms, they don't have that much coordination.
Yeah,
so
but like,
it is what it is.
if the worm is flowing one way, right?
Yeah,
so
right?
One, like, with all seriousness, there's no way I would even be able to do that. But still, you know, if you put in that into
could do the worm.
routine,
I could do the worm.
Come on, do the worm.
on the couch.
Do the worm. Do the worm. Come on. Where are you? You say that you can do the worm? Do the worm. Go.
Wait, hold on. I need space.
Oh yeah, that's what you see. I didn't have that much space.
Right? Hold on.
Look, she's gonna just flop. Oh.
I don't know how to go forward though.
It's a stiff worm.
But that's what he was
stiff
trying to do. Like, as she's doing her samba steps, he was also trying to follow her. It's a difficult thing to do. Like, I'm sure backwards he could have done it, no
Do
problem.
you like my worm?
So, I also think that that's something you guys might consider for your choreography.
Yeah,
because, you know, like, just to spice it up, you know, because last time I saw it, like, it was good, but it's missing
Yeah,
something.
I would
Missing
love
the
to
worm.
I think the worm would be.
My worm, me doing the worm.
Both
Because I
of
just
you.
did it so good.
I think you should take turns.
Okay.
I think it should be Amanda and then Andrea just kind of following her. Imagine it's like someone is judging the next thing.
No, we already know that I can do it. She can do it. She just
Karina judges you and then she looks over there and she's like
Shake,
you
shake,
know.
shake.
She's like, oh yeah, I
Anyway,
know that.
so from
the
that
worm
the
it went
choreography
down.
fell apart,
Yeah.
you know, because I just feel like, you know, they could have played it safely and just like let it just finish on a high note, even if it wasn't anything like super extraordinary towards the end. It would have been better.
Yeah.
Then, like, I feel like that routine went from 10 to 1, and you know, like, I know online some of the people are considering that that's like one of the worst routines, but I feel like it's because of that,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Because
you
of the
know.
worm.
The worm, and then Karina was trying to execute him with her follow, you know.
Finish him.
She's trying to break his neck because, you know.
Fatality.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway.
Finish him.
So that's what.
All right, so that's it.
But
yes.
that's it. But Steve so far was very good. Great.
Steve was great. All
I
right.
think Steve is good.
Alrighty, guys. We're gonna be doing our next video, which is Sharna and Bobby. Right? What was Bobby?
Bobby, so-
Bobby dancing a foxtrot. Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, good song.
New York.
Good song. Look
Yeah.
at that outfit. White on white.
Stop spreading the news. I'm leaving today to be a part of it. New York.
And now they finally start dancing.
Mm-hmm. Notice how there are no slow steps at all. Nothing like slow, quick or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a
Everything just
little
quick.
rushed.
Yeah.
Ooh, the kick is hot. I'm ready to make my judgment.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Andre, you go first.
Oh, I go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's my marks. 5,
That's
5,
generous.
4.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's my mark.
kind of.
Because performance to me, it wasn't, I don't think it was that bad because he actually enjoyed it, he put energy into it. So to me, performance was okay. Then technique, was a little bit, for me, he was a little too back-weighted. I mean, I'm not trying to be very, sound very professional because I haven't danced in standard in a long time myself, but I think he was a little bit too back-weighted, and for me, also, was a lot of moments of time.
Like rushed.
Sometimes rushed, sometimes a little late, especially in intro. When he was doing everything by himself, he was a little late to me, and then rushed in the routine. And choreography 4, because I feel like what you pointed out was very good, that it was no slow moments, and the music, I feel like the music allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Slow
it could have
foxtrot.
stopped, sometimes it could have been something interesting, something elegant.
Yeah, exactly. Slow fox, right? It's not quick fox.
And then it's not called a quick fox.
Right.
So to me, that number 1, and number 2 is the flossing at the end.
The flossing
I think
at
it
the
should
end
have
just
ended.
killed it.
The music is so elegant.
Well, especially foxtrot, you're right. It's like, what are we doing here? We're trying to cater to kids, or like just because it's a hype dance.
Well, was
that's what I'm
that
gonna
supposed
throw?
to be choreographed, or he just did it?
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah.
Maybe
I guess
it
he
was
just-
like a joke in the practice, and then he did it in the moment in the
It's
time.
possible, maybe he like
Maybe his kids or
I
someone
really
said,
don't
like,
think that was choreographed. though.
maybe he got too excited. He's like, I'm gonna do it. My son told me, or whatever. I don't
That's
know.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone told me
Maybe
to do so.
maybe if like kids or someone said, like, oh, we like would
Do
cool
a
if you
floss
floss.
for us.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I'm not
But
saying it's
during
bad,
like
or-
if he was doing like I don't know
Perfection.
some salsa, cha-cha, something like upbeat,
I
hustle, like maybe okay, but
Yeah, it's not even like the move itself. It just didn't go with foxtrot. and
No.
specifically that.
not
that
at
song.
all. It just looked a little
Yeah, a
strange
little
at the
bit.
end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next.
That's my score.
7, 2, 3. Oh, we got
Okay.
the same one.
So performance, I agree. Like he was dancing, he was trying, everything was good. Like especially in the beginning, it took them a little long to get into the foxtrot, but then as soon as they got into the frame, like which is that connection always kind of kills me, where they're doing kind of dancing and everything goes well, and all of a sudden it's like frame, and it's like this head falls off, and then he just tries to.
That's what I said,
Like
about
instead
the
of
back way,
yeah,
kind of
instead of
like-
trying to actually dance, he's trying to do the right thing. Like I've been trained to do the frame this way, and I've been trained to hold my head there. And I felt like it would have looked better if he would have just been kind of more relaxed about it. Maybe his frame wouldn't have been that straight, but it would have looked nicer based on the beginning of his performance, and then all of a sudden it's foxtrot time,
Yeah.
and then. But I think performance itself was pretty entertaining. He was like jumping around
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
He was going
Comfortable
full
on the
out. He
floor.
wasn't holding himself back, so no problems there. So technique for me was 2. I didn't really see that much of foxtrot, and like the challenging part of foxtrot is that the timing changes so much, and you really have to have a lot of control over that
Yeah.
slow step going into the quick. So not passing with your weight over your foot too fast and not rushing into it. So that really shows like the skill. And again, so foxtrot at first might seem like a simple dance because you're kind of just walking, but as you learn more about it, then you realize why it's one of the most difficult dances. So that wasn't really, there wasn't an attempt to show that. So it's just kind of like, we'll get rid of all the slow parts, difficult steps. We'll just rush through it and do, some of the basics in the rhythm, quick. So we can kind of get away with saying we still did some basics, but I can't really call it basics because there wasn't anything slow about it.
Yeah.
So like I can't judge technique based on that.
Yeah.
And as far as the choreography goes, like the music was great because it's typical foxtrot.
Yeah.
I felt like they were focusing more on the song or the character of the song rather than the character of the dance.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of those kicks that are kind of more like Broadway,
Yeah.
like symbolizes New York. That's what we would associate it with. But again, it just took attention away from the dance itself.
To me, I agree about that. I'm sure there was a reason why they did that. You know what I mean? Like why they did that, the faster
But-
song, or there was some reason behind
No,
it.
of course, yeah, there's always a
but
reason.
Unfortunately,
There's always a reason.
Unfortunately, it
There's
came
always a
out
reason,
as
but
a-
unfortunately, but I think remembering back, I'm pretty sure Bobby was always he was a good dancer.
it came out
So-
more challenging than it could have been.
No, I think it came out easier than it could have been.
No, to me it came out more challenging than it could have been. To me it came out very like rushed, very like trying to do
Like you're
things
saying,
like
it looked like he was
looked
just.
like
it looked
he
like
was
he was
trying to
trying
do
hard,
a-
challenge, like he was
Yeah.
challenged.
Okay.
Where I think like how he was jumping, how he was kicking, that his abilities are much. I think he can do things.
broader.
Like it didn't really
Yeah.
showcase
Yeah, but it
his
didn't
ability.
show him
Showcase
from
his
a good
ability to
side.
do
It kind of
actual
like, yeah,
foxtrot.
he was kind of struggling. Instead of like if he would have
Yeah.
some stops or some things, he could have actually looked really good. Because if he looks very energetic, he looks like he's able to move and do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here are my scores. I gave 8 for performance, 4 for technique, and 3 for choreography. I gave 8 for performance because in general, I felt that he was really in it. He kept the character. I mean, except for the floss at the end, but he
That's
kept.
like fun.
Yeah.
To me, like.
Well, that's why I
wow.
didn't give like a 9 or a 10 because I felt like the ending, like that weird moment at the end, but whatever. So I felt like he definitely he understood the character in a way and he kept it throughout and he had a great energy about it. So I felt that the performance part was good. The technique, I also was looking at not only the foxtrot part. I mean, you brought that up in saying about not being able to produce certain things just because of timing and stuff like that. But I was also looking at the way he did the kicks and the way he did his lines and things like that. And he had really nice lines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he-
made
With the
and
kicks, yeah.
created really nice lines. So that's why for me, technique, I wouldn't say it's like halfway because I didn't see a lot of foxtrot, but I would say the lines and everything were pretty good. So that's why I gave it 4. The choreography I gave a 3 because it took forever to get into a foxtrot. They were setting up some scenery, some characters.
And even when they got into the choreography, it didn't seem like it went. It
Yeah.
was the beginning,
Yeah.
then foxtrot part.
But then all
you
of a
know.
sudden it stopped.
Yeah.
Like they started dancing foxtrot and I'm like, okay, finally foxtrot. And then all of a sudden they let go of their frame and they start again doing some kicks and
Yeah.
things and I'm like, it could have developed a bit more into an actual foxtrot. So yeah, for me that's why I gave choreography a 3 because I felt that it said slow foxtrot and there wasn't really much of it.
Yeah. True.
Unfortunately. We hope that you enjoyed this video. If you guys have anything you would like for us to watch videos or any topics to discuss about or anything, it could be absolutely anything, please leave it in the comments below and we will be happy to discuss about it. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Bye.